And speaking of banks, Woody's going to have to take out about $120 million from a bank. Joe, I'm telling you right now, Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Jet, Joe.
From your lips to God's ears, B.
It's coming.
From your lips to God's ears. Well, good. Let's get him here already. I mean, what do we want? Let's go. I don't want to wait till June whatever to have Aaron Rodgers. Let's go. I want him here before the Super Bowl.
Well, he's not going to be here before the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, but that's what I want him here. I mean, I want to know who my quarterback is, like, as soon as possible.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, because of course you're as enthusiastic as I am, as most most Jet fans are about.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
One little caveat. He's got to want to be here. I don't need another Brett Favre situation where he really wanted to be in Minnesota and couldn't wait to get out of here after they collapsed at the end of that year because he was hurt. So he has to want to be a Jet.
Okay, it's funny that you said that, because that's kind of where I was going. Now, the problem with that is you won't know the answer to that until he actually gets here, Joe. So while you would like him here tomorrow, and so would I, just based on the clerical work of the NFL, he's not coming for a while, probably not till after OTAs. Would you be okay if he's all in, but he can't get here till, late spring?
Boy,
are you okay with that?
Well, I mean, look, I guess. I mean, what are we going to do? I mean, I don't think it's ideal. I'll tell you that. I mean, I look, if it's really true now that the Packers are saying that they want to move on from Rodgers, okay, and let's be honest, I mean, the Jets are doing them a favor in a lot of ways, taking a lot of money off their hands and the whole deal, then let's go. Let's get it done.
Yeah, does he really feel like a New York Jet, though? Like, would he? I think the only way he does, Joby, is if he comes here and he wins.
Of course.
If he doesn't, does it really feel like he's a Jet?
Tiki, if he comes here and he goes 7-10, I mean, well, you don't want to hear what I'll be saying about it.
Well, hold on, guys.
Okay. So exactly. So why would he want to sign up for something?
Yeah, but
like
hold
that?
on. If he goes 7-10, he would feel like a Jet.
No,
That's right. That's a great point. That's a great point. Look, if he won here, look. If he won a Super Bowl here, look, I mean, forget it. I mean, I can't. You can't even begin. I mean, to be what this guy would be.
But hold on, let's parse this out. Let's think this out.
Yeah.
If he did win a Super Bowl here,
right,
would we claim him? Like,
I'd
what?
be claiming him. You can't claim. I'd be down. Wait, hold on. You think the Bucks aren't claiming Tom Brady because he won a Super Bowl with them? You think the Broncos aren't claiming Peyton Manning because he won a Super Bowl with them? Stop.
No, that's what do you mean? Would we claim him? What are you asking us?
I don't know.
I'll have two number 12 jerseys downstairs. I'll have Joe Willie and I'll have Aaron Rodgers.
Joe, you heard Namath told us.
I did hear that.
Okay.
Absolute tremendous job by Joe. And that should tell Rodgers how much this franchise wants the guy.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I just try to think of a player. I don't know why he would want to come to the Jets.
Why are you bringing us down?
Other than what you're saying. Other than what you're talking about.
Money?
Money, yeah, of course. But he's going to get money wherever he goes. But winning a championship here would be, I mean,
off the charts.
The ticker tape parade, all this stuff, all the things you know would come with it would be amazing. But other than that, like the scrutiny, the delving into his personal life, all that stuff, why would you want to come here?
Maybe he likes the roster.
Yeah, maybe he does. Maybe he likes Nathaniel Hackett. I mean, who knows? Look. All I know is, I'll believe it when I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sold. This is happening. I know all my buddies are all delirious. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's coming. All it. Look, I'll believe it when I see it. And then if and when he is here, he's got to win. I mean, I'll tell you this. You get me to the AFC Championship, and that's as far as he goes. Let's say it's a 2-year window, and that's as far as we go. That's not good enough. It's not enough.
All right, let me challenge you on this. Let me push back a little bit. But first, let me say I know what you mean, and I don't totally fundamentally disagree. But, Joe, I think you're obscuring some of the value that would create for the rest of the franchise. This roster is so young. If he gets the Jets to an AFC Championship game and they lose, that is still good for the future of the Jets.
Is it?
Yes.
But who's our quarterback after that? I mean, who's the quarterback once he's gone?
Zach.
You think so?
I think it's the only situation you could keep Zach here. If you bring in Derek Carr, Zach's got to go. If you bring in, Lamar Jackson, got to go. If you bring Rodgers, you could keep. Most people don't want Zach here. Right. I would like to see Rodgers. I would like to see Zach watch Rodgers for 2 years.
Okay. I mean, look, that's fine.
Appealing.
That's fine, but okay. So let's say that happens. Rodgers comes here. The farthest we go is the AFC title game. He retires or whatever.
Yeah.
And now, how do I know Zach's any good? I don't know that.
We don't.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm not worried. But right now, we don't have to worry about that at this point.
Yeah.
Right now, what we have to worry about is getting Rodgers here, and let's see what happens from there.
Mm-hmm. So it's over to our buddy Joe Benigno, of course, here on the Fantiki and Tierney Show. Joe, how about the Empire State Building?
It's a
Are you
disgrace.
kidding me?
Well, I guess they looked at it this way. The Jets will never be there for a Super Bowl, so we want to put it in green for somebody.
I mean, is it that easy for opposing cities
Just
teams
disgraceful.
come on. To contract that? I mean, is it that easy?
Yeah.
That is a disgrace.
I mean, is it an open? Is anybody like?
It's got to go through checkpoints, so it's not offensive to anybody. But yeah, you can buy if it's a non-New York theme, you can buy it.
That's unbelievable.
That's awful.
And you know what makes it worse is that it's one thing to have the Chiefs. Okay, that's bad enough. But to have a direct rival of one of the teams in the town is a joke.
Well, I got a question for both you guys.
Are you kidding me?
Joe, you answer this since you're our guest here. So
what?
If this was indeed contracted out, and Boomer believes that it is, and I obviously think that Boomer knows, so I'm going to kind of go that way as well.
Because of the thing they wrote for the Chiefs.
So they got paid.
That hurt us.
So the city got paid to light it up in green.
Okay, but if that's true, and let's just say, the Giants beat Philly last Saturday instead of getting pounded. Let's say they won. And then let's say the Niners beat the Giants yesterday. Right. Are you putting Niners colors up after the Giants lose the NFC Championship game?
They shouldn't be up anyway, man. It's a joke.
I understand
you think
that.
They're lighting up the William Penn building in giant colors if the Giants are
the Ben Franklin Bridge?
Whatever it is. You think the Sears Tower in Chicago is getting lit up?
Nope.
Come on.
No chance.
It's a disgrace.
Awful.
That hurt us more than it hurt you. It's almost like they're saying they didn't have a choice.
No, you always have a choice. You either accept somebody's money or you don't.
That's what I mean. Like,
don't get me started. I heard you say how
hurt.
far the city has fallen. I don't want to get into all of that. But you're dead on.
It's sad.
It's
another personally.
It's another reason to hate the Eagles, even though
you go.
Even though they're it has nothing to do with
I'm
us
rooting
in this
for
game.
the Chiefs.
Me too. I mean, most people are. BT and I led our show with this.
The Eagles are not likable.
Well, I mean, and that's kind of a good thing because there aren't many villains left in sports.
Nick Sirianni, he comes off as a complete ass. Let's be honest.
You'd love it if that was ours, Joe.
Well, I mean, okay, but he's not mine. That's fair, but it's not mine.
I wonder if he plays to that or if that's actually him.
I don't know.
Like certain coaches, you can tell this dude is just a jerk. You can just tell. It doesn't matter whether you're his kid or not.
How about Jalen Hurts? How about the fact that Jalen Hurts was basically discarded by Nick Saban, okay? He winds up going to Oklahoma. And for Tua, by the way, and let's be honest, Jalen Hurts is better than Tua. Mm-hmm. He gets discarded for Tua. He goes to Oklahoma for a year to kind of, pump his value up a little more, which he did. He's taken in the second round as an afterthought in Philadelphia. And now here he is. He's one win away from a world championship, this guy.
Unless you want to give Howie Roseman, credit for seeing.
It's tremendous credit.
For seeing where the NFL game was going, and that you needed a guy. Because Jalen Hurts not only led the Big 10 or the Big 12 in passing that year, he led Oklahoma in rushing. That season. I mean, he was unbelievable.
13 rushing touchdowns. He had one yesterday. Yep. By the way, I actually felt bad for the Niners yesterday. I got to tell you.
Yeah, it was. It was unwatchable. It wasn't.
It had no shot. But you know what? One thing though, that the penalties by the Niners were killers. That one drive at 7-7, the touchdown drive that put the Eagles ahead 14-7, was all on penalties by San Francisco's defense, and they were legitimate penalties. And with that said. Let me go to the other game, which I thought was horrifically officiated. I mean, how about that play, all right? The third down play, they stop the Chiefs on third down. They're going to force the punt, and then they decide, wait a minute, there's some official came out of nowhere, blew a whistle.
Yeah,
now you got to do a do-over.
But it was the right call.
Yeah, it didn't look good though.
Come on. Let me tell you, Teague, what if somebody picked off Mahomes and took it to the house for a touchdown?
Jeez.
Oh my God.
I think either way, it's the right call because the
officiating's terrible in the NFL. No, it's terrible.
You know
how
what
many
it is,
blocking
Joe?
the backs on the punt return?
Yeah.
How many?
You know what it is, Joe? It's gotten so complicated that these guys get emphasis before the season. This is a point of emphasis before a season.
It's ridiculous. I'm tired of
now they got
emphasis.
too much going on in their head.
There's too many officials on the field.
Yeah.
I hate replay. I hate it. I hate replay. I can't stand. Here's a typical example in the Eagle game. Devontae Smith, that catch early in the game. It's not a catch, okay? But they don't overturn it. So what good is it?
Yeah.
It didn't work anyway.
I know.
Your stupid replay doesn't work. I hate replay.
And by the way, this is
Hate it.
It was funny because listen to Greg Olson like scream and yell about it. Oh,
right.
unbelievable! Whoever they're cameramen all over that stadium. Like one of those cameramen had to say, "I have the shot."
Right, of course.
And show it to them in his ISO before he starts screaming from the top of his lungs like it's the greatest thing that ever happened in a football game.
Now,
here's the
Left
other
him
thing.
hanging.
They definitely left him hanging.
question.
Made him look bad.
Yep.
Let's put it that way.
Yep.
Now, here's the other thing to think about. If that play doesn't happen, it's not 7-0. Then therefore it's not 14-0 after the second touchdown. And if the Josh Johnson fumble doesn't happen, it's not 21-7 at halftime.
Right.
It's actually probably 7-7 at halftime. It actually could have been a game, but because of officiating issues and the
officiating's terrible.
This what is this instant replay that didn't happen in that
expedited.
case?
You talking about the expedited one?
Oh, yeah, that's the
expedited
new one.
replay.
Oh, my
that didn't
God.
happen in that case. It kind of cost the 49ers a chance. They weren't going to win the game, but a chance to at least be in the game.
Joe, I got a question for you, Joe. We generally gravitate to things that were part of our lives when we were most impressionable, whether it's music, whether it's styles, whatever, like clothing, whatever it might be, right? I'm curious, how do you rate the broadcasting now? You've watched football for 50-something years. Do you like the broadcasting overall now?
Well, let me say this. The number one play-by-play guy right now in all of sports, without a doubt, is Iron Eagle.
He's great.
No doubt. The fact that Iron Eagle did not do any of the playoff games on TV is a disgrace. And I'm going to say this, too. I didn't love him when he first started doing football, but now Joe Buck and Troy Aikman may be the best team out there now. And the fact that they took all this money to go to Monday Night Football, therefore, and I love Kevin Burkhardt. He's a great guy.
Awesome.
I don't know Greg Olson, but boy, did I miss Buck and Aikman doing that game yesterday. And just like and Nance and Romo are fine, but Iron Eagle's the best there is right now. And look, there's no Summeralls and Maddens out there right now.
Yeah.
If you go back as far as I going back to the days of Kirk Gowdy and Al DeRogatis, there's nobody like that out there now. What can I tell you?
Yeah, no, I just want to get
Nance
your
and Romo
perspective.
are okay. Nance and Romo are okay.
Right,
Joe,
I thought Romo had I know he gets crushed. I thought Romo was good yesterday.
No, he's good.
I don't think he's had I don't think he's had a really good season, to be fair. But I thought Romo was good yesterday. The thing that Romo does that drives me crazy.
Nance is better at Pebble Beach and Augusta.
I don't disagree with that. I think, and I even like him on hoops. But I agree. Golf is Jim Nance is the best. But
no question.
I look like if I'm cutting that big check for Romo, right, and I'm CBS, it would drive me nuts. And he does it all. He even did it yesterday, but he caught himself. So he's paid what, $18 million a year to be an analyst? $17 million a year to be an analyst, right? So something crazy happens, or should you punch? You go for it. He'll ask Jim Nance what they should. Jim, what do you do, Joe?
Right.
Jim, do you punt? I don't know. That's what we're paying you $20 gazillion to tell us what we should do.
Well, I think he's doing that just to get get Nance more involved. I guess.
No, I get that. But wait.
He's trying to make it a radio show instead of letting him sit into his role.
Well, I like that it's conversational. I do like that, but that's not Jim Nance's job.
Yeah. And Jim asked him a lot, like, Tony, what should you do? He's like, I don't know. What do you think it is? I don't know.
It's just, but I thought Romo was good yesterday. Not a great season. He's been hit around a lot, but I thought he was good yesterday. I like the energy.
Patrick Mahomes is one of the all-time greats.
Where do you put him? Where do you put him, Joe?
He's up there. He's top 10 all-time quarterback. Top 10. And I don't think I've ever seen it. I've seen them all. Let me tell you, bro. I mean, I'm so old. I mean, I saw the heyday of Y.A. Tittle, okay? So, I mean, wow. I mean, I saw Norm Van Brocklin play. I saw Bart Starr, Johnny Unitas when he actually was still great, okay? So I've seen all these guys. I have never seen a quarterback that can do more than what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he makes plays that are just ridiculous. That throw he made yesterday to Valdez Scantling.
Oh, God.
I mean, what are you kidding?
That was incredible.
On a bad ankle?
I mean, that ball,
to
have the zip to get it into that window was not only, I mean, obviously to navigate the pocket on one foot.
Right.
So when you talk about pure talent, I mean, I didn't see a lot of those guys that you throw out there, but if I said, Elway in terms of speed and strength.
Elway's one of the greats of all. He's up there.
Give me your top three,
guy.
Joe. Give me your top three. Not accomplished, just most talented quarterbacks. Pure talent.
Boy, I thought the greatest pure passer I ever saw was Marino. Just the ability to throw the football.
It's
I don't
a good
think
call.
Anybody did it better. I thought Namath was the next guy doing that, but
Okay.
Marino was the best I ever saw throwing it.
Good call.
I thought Elway was just amazing. I mean, the fact that he could beat you with his legs, the fact that he could throw the football. You know what John Elway did, taking 3 inferior teams to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Everybody kills him for losing those games, but he lost three Super Bowls to 3 of the best teams you could possibly have.
That's true.
Inferior teams he had, and he took them there by himself.
Yep.
This guy's one of the best that ever played. He's the top guy, no doubt. And look, you got to put Brady and Manning up there. I don't think there's any doubt about it. You got to put him there. I thought Roger Staubach was, I saw Roger Staubach's whole career. Boy, he was unbelievable. I always say this. Johnny Unitas was the guy that invented the 2-minute drill. Roger Staubach perfected the 2-minute drill.
That's good.
Nobody did it better than him. So many games watching those Cowboys of the 70s when they'd be behind late and Staubach would find a way to pull the game out. So, those guys that I just named, probably, Montana, you got to talk about him. You got to give Terry Bradshaw his props for winning 4 Super Bowls. There's no doubt about it, even though that may be the best team that ever played, that Pittsburgh team.
Yep.
All
right. Good list. I wanted a little list there from the great Joe. Joe, we will talk soon, buddy. Awesome chat today, as always.
Aaron Rodgers, your lips to God's ears.
He's coming, dude.
Be good, Joe.
So.
Book
All right,
it, Joe.
guys, all the love.
He'll be here,
See you.
dude. I'll see you, man. He's coming.